know about you guys, but it sure feels like summer is going really, really fast. That's why I'm thankful I got out last weekend with some good friends for some back road driving and some four-wheeling. It was an early start for me as I headed about 2 hours north out of the Twin Cities in the early morning fog. My brother-in-law Scott, our friend Harry, and myself found a day that we could finally all meet up and do some gravel touring and off-road trails. It seems summer was like getting away from us with all the other things we've got going on in our lives, so being able to hit the trails together was especially enjoyable. The North Backroads Tour is a 160-mile or so route that begins in Carrick, Minnesota and meanders its way into Wisconsin and eventually ending up in the town of Superior on Lake Superior. We weren't quite sure how long it would take us to drive the whole route, even though we had heard it was a pretty easygoing adventure on gravel state forest and county roads. With all of us having plans that evening, we agreed we'd decide to see what time it was at the halfway point, and if late, we could just call it a day and then part ways from there. As we got further east out of the town of Carrick, we rolled into the Nemadji State Forest. This state forest is a popular destination for hunting, enjoying nature, and doing off-roading. The route stays on easy forest roads, which can be done in pretty much any vehicle. But since we had four-wheel drive and state forest trail stickers, we didn't hesitate one bit to jump off the route for some muddy fun on the designated Jeep trails. Being able to drive through the lush green forest was just a joy. I wish I could have gotten out of the truck for some more video of us wheeling, but the deer flies were just unbearable. I don't recall ever seeing them this bad before at all. Bug spray and a bug net for your head are an absolute must if you decide to explore Nemadji. Our off-roading offshoot came to an end after a few miles or so we backtracked our way through the mud to the State Forest Road to get back on the North Backroads Road. This route also runs on the popular Gandy Dancer Trail for a few miles. This former rail bed is one of Minnesota's most popular trails for exploring in a vehicle, an ATV, or on a mountain bike. As we followed our route east out of Nemadji State Forest, we entered Wisconsin and began making our way north along the Minnesota and Wisconsin border. Commercial logging is a big business in this area, so keep an eye out for logging trucks as you work your way along the winding gravel and sugar sand roads. There's something special about a quiet road covered by a canopy of beautiful trees. It's absolutely gorgeous now with the incredible greens and bright sun, and I can only imagine how beautiful it's going to be when the trees turn red and orange in just a few more months. Wildlife is pretty abundant on the route, including game birds like ducks and grouse, and of course, the deer are thick throughout the woods, so be sure to keep a sharp eye out for them. Coming upon a black bear wouldn't be out of the ordinary either. We were all pleasantly surprised, however, when this little guy came strolling out across the road. I think this was the first time that I've ever seen a porcupine out in the wild. Be safe there, little buddy, going to wherever you're going to. Our route continued north on dusty gravel roads before making a turn east on two-lane pavement. It was a short-lived stretch, however, before dropping into the Superior School District State Forest. It's my understanding that some Wisconsin school districts were granted state forest land and received funding through the harvesting of resources such as lumber on these lands. It seems a pretty clever way to keep schools open while assuring state forest land is maintained for generations to come. With about a quarter of the North Backroads Tour completed, we found ourselves doing some extensive miles within Wisconsin's Douglas County Forest. Very well maintained roads that cut through the vast sections of pine and maple. This area has got to be an outdoorsman's paradise once the waterfowl and deer hunting seasons begin. After quite a few miles of dirt, we entered the Empire Swamp Grouse Management Area of the Douglas County Forest. The woods and healthy sumac seemed to tighten up alongside the narrowing roadway, and soon we would find ourselves with another opportunity to explore some off-road trails. Anxious to get muddy again, we decided to see where this old two-track logging road would take us. As we crawled through the tall grass, we found more mud holes to jeep through or frontier through. No surprise, this fun little two-track came to an end. Again, the opportunity to get out to take some video was squashed by the relentless onslaught of biting deer flies. So we doubled back the way we came and headed out on the last few miles of the route that we would do for the day. As we neared the midway point of the North Backroads Tour, it began to rain, and we agreed that this is a great place to finish up and part ways. I had estimated to do the whole route in about 5 hours or so, but in reality, I think you need at least 8 to complete the whole trip to Lake Superior. Overall, it's an enjoyable and easy drive for any vehicle with good tires, if you exclude the off-road sections we explored. So overall, I think the North Backroads Tour is a pretty good drive, at least the first half anyway. I'm not sure when I'll do the second half, but I'll probably do it in the fall, maybe when the fall colors are there. It'll make it a little more fun and more interesting, and definitely beautiful. It's not very challenging unless you want to make it challenging in the state forest and hit some of the off-road trails. You will need a sticker to do that. I don't believe you need a sticker for any other part of this backroad tour. Even when you go through the state forest, you're on state forest roads and you can drive through those without a permit or a sticker. So unless you're going to do any trail riding, you should be just fine. Well, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. That'd be great. And if you want to see more backroads like this, or more off-roading videos, or those cool places that are neat to check out, whether in Minnesota or Wisconsin or even in the Midwest, please subscribe. You'll be able to see those as soon as they come out. And it helps me too to create more videos just like this. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys all down the road. Take it easy.